Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Audition with your boy, the Sebastian Alexander Bonet. I am your boy, the Sebastian Alexander Bonet. Make sure you subscribe, all that good stuff above my head, and finger me like this video. So the purpose of this video, and pardon the way I'm just getting up from work. It is about 8:07 in the morning. I'm in my office/closet. This behind me is my closet. This side that you can't see, I have shelves and all that good stuff. My desk, and this is my office side. So as you can see, I love clothes. I have clothes galore all the way that way. I have a closet full of clothes there, and I have a row that has fallen because I have too many clothes on it that I need to get fixed. I am a clothes whore. I am fashion. You can call me Anta Winter. Yes. But the purpose of this video is in response to a good friend of mine's Facebook status update that he just did. His name is Cyrus. Cyrus Harrison Hansberry. He's a graduate of Florida A&M. I want to say he graduated, the fall district. I think he either graduated the summer of 2012 or the spring of 2012 from Florida A&M. He is one of my favorite status updaters. I would say subscribe to him. He provides some very insightful, thought-provoking status updates. Sometimes he's just utterly silly, but sometimes he really does make you think. And this status that he just did really made me think. So I'm going to read you the status, and I would really like your feedback. And this is in dedication to Cyrus because I value him. I love him very dearly. Him, and there's another person that I follow that's very philosophical, if you will. His name is Derek Mack on Facebook, or Derek McMohan. We graduated the same semester, fall of 2010, from Florida A&M, and he, as I call him, he is my favorite atheist. I think he may be my only atheist friend, but I love him dearly. With the unconditional love that God says, have love and all that good stuff. But I'm gonna read you the status. It's quite lengthy. It's not quite lengthy. It is kind of lengthy, but I'm gonna read it as quickly as I can, and then read it so you can get the full understanding of it. And it's important to me, and I hope it's important to you. So bear with me. It goes on to say, some gay or bisexual people let me start over. Some gay or bisexual people are instantly accepted by their church, family, and friends after admitting that they are attracted to the same sex. Then you have those gay or bisexual people that have to spend their whole life trying their best to fight depression and love themselves again, and tell themselves that they are special, that they are somebody, after being picked on in school, beat up, raped, abused. Not just abused by family and friends, but also abused by their very own partners. People get abandoned by the folks they love the most and kicked out and placed on the streets with no money, food, or shelter, etc. See, in our society where religion, patriarchy, homophobia, ignorance, and lack of knowledge on sexuality and sexual orientation is actually accepted, it is hard for some gay or bisexual people to fit in. Then you have those gay people that hate other gay people simply because they hate themselves. They are bitter. They are hurting. They feel abandoned. They are in pain. They are angry, and they take it out on everybody. I hear so many people say that gay people, both male and female, are always upset, and they don't understand why they are so mad. However, you have church congregations that amen the pastors for calling homosexuals faggots, dykes, punks, freaks, pedophiles, and other disrespectful and unnecessary words. Some of these pastors and members of these churches used to be gay, but now they have turned their life over to Jesus, and they are turned straight. Then we have laws that say homosexuals can't get married. Homosexuals can't do this, they can't do that, especially in grade school. A lot of people are afraid to admit that they are gay or bisexual because they know that they can lose everything for being honest. And we wonder why the fuck people are so angry. We wonder why people need counseling. We wonder why people commit suicide. We wonder why gay people are so angry. We wonder why gay people have such terrible relationships. We wonder why gay people just choose to remain silent. We wonder why gay people don't attend gay events, seminars, safe sex courses, college, etc. We wonder why some gay people act like they could care less about anything. We wonder why many gay people do drugs and get addicted simply because they are trying to forget about their pain. Bitch! Because y'all are so mean to gay people. That's why. My name is Cyrus Hansberry, and I approve this message. He goes on to say, and another thing, just because a man or a woman is gay or bisexual does not mean they want to discuss their sexuality, sexual partners, or talk about anything with you. For instance, women always come to me asking, Cyrus, have you ever fooled around with my man? Cyrus, do you know anything about my man? Cyrus, is this person gay or bi? My answer, bitch, if your ass is straight and you're still fucking with somebody that you think is suspect, then you are either desperate, very naive, or very, very stupid. I live. So, with all of that said, I agree 100%. 100% with my friend Cyrus. We have so many underlying issues within our gay community that it's amazing that we are just not like the dinosaurs, that we are extinct. You know, unfortunately, not even within the gay community, within the African American community, we have a tendency when things go wrong, when there are things that are uncomfortable, we don't like to speak about them. We sweep them under the rug as if they don't exist. And when we have homosexuals in our family, when we have mental disease in our family, when we have rape within our family, male and female, straight and gay, when we have anything that is uncomfortable, that society says it is not okay to talk about, that it is not okay to bring to the forefront, to bring to the light, we sweep it under the rug. And what happens is we are doomed to repeat our past. It is a generational curse. When you don't nip it in the bud, whatever it is doomed to repeat itself. Maybe not with you, maybe with your children, maybe not with your children, but with your grandchildren. Something that what is it? When you don't know your past, you're doomed to repeat it. That's ultimately what it is. We have all of these underlying issues within our society, within our culture, that we do not address. So when we don't address it, it just festers. It festers. It grows. It becomes a fungi and an algae, and it just does anyone any good. And so I say that with him saying, when I came out to my family, and I'm not suggesting that anyone come out when if you're not ready to come out. But for me, it was the best thing that I could have ever done. I think even, and y'all know I love my degree. I love saying that I have a degree and that I went to school and that I toiled and I burnt the midnight oil and all of that good stuff. But more than my degree, I love my freedom. I love and cherish my freedom. I came out when I was 17 years old. 17 years old. My mother was having a barbecue. I'm going to take off my glasses because you're getting a reflection from my glasses from my MacBook Pro. But my mother was having a barbecue, and we were living in an apartment, Springwood Apartments, and she was having a barbecue with her then husband. And at that time, my good friend, Judy, Miss Anthony, came over to the house. Anthony was very flamboyant. Anthony, he was a boy, but he wore like a lot of jewelry, and his eyebrows was done, and a little pressed powder, and it was obvious that Anthony was gay. And Anthony, if you see this, girl, where are you, honey? And Anthony came over, whatever, we kikied, and we were getting ready to leave, and my mother stopped me, and she told me to have a seat or whatever, and she asked me, are you gay? I said, no. Like that. No. I pitched it off. No. And she asked me again. She said, "Are you gay?" And I thought about it. And my thing is this, and this is what I live by today. If you are bold enough to ask the question, be bold enough for the answer that you receive. And so I thought about it for a moment, and I finally answered. I said yes. And she said, "Oh well, I already knew. I already knew. Mother always knows, da da da." She was very cool with it. So I thought, and I love my mother. I love my mother to death. At this point, I mean, I love my mother, and that's it. I never stopped loving her. There were some hard times in it, but I love my mother. But I thought she was cool. I went on about my day, came back home. She was enraged. Came back, the whole spiel, you're going to have HIV and AIDS, you're going to die, I'm going to take you to the AIDS clinic, da 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 da. Because at that point, she was working at an HIV/AIDS testing facility. And I'm going to take you to the hospital where you can see what AIDS look like, and da 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 da. And this is not what you're supposed to be, God this, God that. And she proceeded to tell my whole entire family. Not just tell them, but take me with her, when she told them. She took me down to my grandfather's, said that your grandson got something to tell you, da 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 da. Made me tell them. And it was a horrible experience. Horrible. Had to tell my grandmother the very same way. Horrible. But at that age of 7, and I tell this story all the time to people that know me. At the age of 17, I came up with the I can give a fuck attitude. Point simple. I can give a fuck. Before that time frame, I was very much a mother's child, a grandmother's child. My grandmother helped raise me. My mother helped, raise me. And I did everything that they wanted me to do, even if I hated it. Whatever it was, I could be completely miserable, but I did it as long as it made them happy. Right? So, at 17, after all of this transpired, my mother kicked me out of the house, had to move in with my grandmother. My grandmother took me in. That was the only place that I had to go. So for the majority of my high school, I lived with my grandmother. But I came up with the I can give a fuck attitude. I was not disrespectful, but if you like it, great. If you don't, I can give a fuck. Because at that point, I came to the realization at a very young age that it was all about me. It was about my survival. It was about what I could do for myself. It was about what I needed to do that was best for Sebastian. So I came up with the I can give a fuck attitude. If you like me, great. If you love me, great. If you don't, I can give a fuck. And I began to grow very, very tough skin. Because, I know what it felt like to be kicked out. I know what it felt like to be ostracized from your parents, from your family, because of being gay or something that you cannot control, for being something that you knew you felt these feelings. You couldn't understand why you felt these feelings, that you were looking at little boys in the gym, or that you liked the little boy that stayed on your street, or you liked the little girl, that stayed in your area, whatever. You didn't understand them. You were too young to understand the physiology of the makeup of your body and the emotions that were going on. You just knew that you liked this person or you liked that person. And so I came up with the I can give a fuck attitude. The best thing that I could have ever done. I came out to my family. Now it's great. They know. My family knows that I have a mouth. I try to be as respectful as I possibly can. But at the same time, I am 32 years old, going on 33, Lord's will, knock on wood, Lord, don't take me now. But I try to be as respectable and respectful as I can when it comes down to my family. But my family also knows that you can only push Sebastian so far. I don't bite my tongue, and I do not hide my words. Anybody that knows me, especially my best friends, Kareem and Joy, I call them all the time in Nehemiah, saying, in Trail, saying, my grandma didn't get on my nerves there. Her and I didn't went at it. She done said something stupid off the wall, and I didn't have it. My mom and I, we really don't get into too many clashes because she knows and understands that she has to be mindful of what she says, or not what she says, but how she says it to me. Because Not that I have a temper, but I do have a mouth. And it takes just that for me to go off. Um, so they are mindful. And I know that I must be mindful to the things that I say to them. It's not like I'm cussing my parents out or my grandparents out. But I do let them know from get-go, these are things that you will and will not say to me. These are things that you will and will not say in my presence. You will not degrade by saying punk or faggot in my presence. Now, what you say on your own terms in your own house, that's all well and good. But while you're in my presence, you will not degrade me or anybody else. And we've had this conversation several times. Or disrespect any of my friends that I may bring over. If you say I can invite friends over for Christmas or Thanksgiving dinner or whatever, you know, you're not going to be shady. Or we're not going to have this. Because I don't let stuff fester. I don't. I nip stuff no matter who it is. No matter pastor, mother, father, best friend. They can testify. I nip stuff in the bud immediately. Because I don't want stuff to fester. There is no hiding about how Sebastian feels. If I'm upset, you're going to know. My face shows it all. I don't even have to say a word. You can look at me and tell how I feel when something ignorant, stupid, or something comes out of your mouth, or you say something or gesture the wrong way. You know, you can tell how I feel. And so, with me coming out to my family, it was the best thing. Because now, not saying that we're great. That was, what, 17 is, I'm 32. That was 15 years ago. Not saying that everything is peaches and cream. It smells like roses. No. We have our tough days and we have our down days. But they are aware. It's no longer in the... And I'm openly gay. So it ain't like, oh, you can deny me, honey. I'm out. Even though I'm in my closet. I'm in the closet, but I'm out. You know. So, for me, it was the best thing that I ever could do because I'm free. There are no shackles. There are no chains. There's no worrying that I have to say, oh, I can't go to the gay bar because somebody may see me and tell my mother, tell my grandmother. Or I can't go to gay pride because somebody may see me or tell my mother or tell my grandmother. Or I can't walk down the street holding my lover's hand or be intimate with my lover because somebody's going to tell my grandfather, Child, I could care less. I walked in the church holding hands before. Bitch, what? And that's the mentality that I take. I'm not telling you to take this mentality by any means, you know, but that's my bitch, what? I'm 6'5", 269 pounds. We can go in and have right here at the pulpit. Right here, we can lay prostrate. Keep on playing. I'm going to lay you prostrate before Jesus, the altars, the deacons, the mothers, and the prophetess. All of them. I don't bite my tongue. Not saying I'm rude. Y'all know me. I'm not rude. But I do not play when it comes down to my peace of mind, my sanity, and my happiness. So when I say that I'm free, God knows no more chains, shackles. That old song they sang in church. I'm free. I'm free. Thank the Lord, I'm free. No longer bound. No more chains holding me. My soul is resting. Just another blessing. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. I'm free. That's how I feel. I am free. I can be whatever, whomever I want. If I want to be Sebastian today, or if I want to be Veronique tomorrow and put on some hair and paint my skin back to the gods and give you Jill Scott T illusions, whatever. That is my choice. That is my right. That is my God-given freedom under the United States of America. Every man is created equal. I don't know the rest. But no creed or color or religion or baptismal pool or whatever it is shall separate me from the flag, Jesus, and so I don't know, honey, whatever it is, but all men are created equal, whatever. Land, liberty, and justice for all, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. So, with all that I'm saying, I'm not encouraging anyone to come out or telling anyone that they have to come out. You must do what is best for you. But as far as my mama say, as far as me and my house, it was the best thing. The best thing. Woo, that ever. That's another gospel song. That ever could have happened to me. Coming out. Yes, God. So now when I come home for Christmas, if I want to bring a piece home and say, this is my friend, whatever. I don't have to say, you know, like the white gay folks say, Mama, this is my boyfriend. This is mother. This is my boyfriend. This is my husband. You know, I don't have to say all that. If I come home and he driving my car, I'm driving his car, you can assume that we're together. If I'm taking all these trips with one particular person, I'm not going out of town with my good girlfriends or my friends. I'm going out of town with Bob, Bryant, Jimmy Dean, Sally Mae, whomever. If I'm giving you the same name every time I'm going, so who you with? Tony. Who you with? Tony. Where you going? Tony. Who you going on the cruise with? Tony. Who at the house? Tony. Who in the bed with you? Tony. God damn it, I'm dating Tony. You know what I'm saying? So, all this to say, I commend Cyrus for this post because this is so prevalent within our community, and I pray one day we can get past this, because if we can get past this, we will be. Do you know how powerful? First off, do you know how powerful we are as an LGBT community? But do you know how more powerful we can be when we get past the stereotypes, when we get past the hurt, the pain, the degradation, once we get to self-love and self-loathing, self-enrichment, self-empowerment. Do you know how powerful we will be when we can stand on our own 2 feet and say, this is me. Take me or leave me, because if you leave me, trust me, bitch, I'll be fine all by myself. What happens? Can you understand what will happen once we get to that point? The power that we will possess as a people will be awesome. Would be awesome. And yes, honey, y'all females that know me, stop asking me, because there's quite a few of y'all that come the same thing, Cyrus. They come to me too. I don't know if it is about gay men or women, whatever. They do that to gay men. You heard anything about my man, my homegirl talking to this man, and she think that he gay, but we ain't sure. You know anything about it? I don't even answer that question. I don't answer that question for the simple fact of, my thing is, if you ask it to me, about me, who else are you asking it to about me or somebody else? I don't answer that question. That is so disrespectful. That's like somebody coming to me saying, hey, you know if they sick or not? You know if they got HIV or AIDS? Do you really think I'm going to tell you? That's the question you need to have with that person. Now, if they give you an answer that you don't believe, that's up to you. Now, you have to use your spirit of discernment, your decisive reasoning to discern if this person is lying to you, if they're telling the truth, or if you don't want to be bothered at all. So, Cyrus, I feel you. Straight girls come to me and ask that all the time. You know about my man? You heard anything about my man? I ran my hand past my man's ass and he ain't flinched. What does that mean? He like his ass. Maybe he like getting his ass ate. Bitch, I don't know. But at any rate, I know this video, it's been about 22 minutes, so I am done. I have been ranting and rolling. But Cyrus, I thank you. Oh, girl. I thank you for that post. I'm about to get ready to get into bed, come out of my closet, come out of my secret room, and watch me a little Bewitch. And go to bed. Today's Friday, December 22nd, I believe. Bitch, I don't know, December 22nd. And I'm about to rest my nerves. So, with all that said, I love you. Know your worth. I'm going to sound like... In the words of Miss Jan Van Sant, it's better to be in peace than in pieces, beloved. Call a thing a thing. These are some of my favorite quotes from Jan. Yes. But at any rate, I'm about to go to bed. So y'all do y'all thing. I love you. I love you. I love you. Know your worth. Not telling you to come out, but for me, it was the best thing that I ever could have did. Peace and much love. Happy holidays. I'm sure I have another video up before Christmas. I'm praying, but Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Kwanzaa, Rosh Hashanah, whatever you celebrate, yeah, celebrate it to the best of your ability. Remember the season, the reason for the season, yeah. Oh, the season, yeah. Yes, he is. Oh, yes, he is, yeah. That's old Kirk Franklin. Jesus is the reason for the season, yeah. Anyways, all right, holla at y'all later. Peace and much love. Ciao. Bye. I gotta put on my glasses to see how to cut this thing off, girl.